Your kit could be costing you up to 50 watts without you even realizing it. In this video, I'll show you the biggest clothing mistakes that triathletes make and the cheap upgrades that can save you serious time on race day. I'm Coach Rob Wilby from Team Oxygen Addict. Let's get to it. All right, now before we jump in, if you're preparing for your first Ironman this year, or 70.3, there's a link in the show notes for a free online training seminar. It's 30 minutes of your time that I guarantee will massively increase your chances of success on Ironman race day. I'd also love it and really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel. Right, let's get started on these tips and how they can help you. Okay, tip number one is a sleeved tri-suit. The research has shown that a sleeved tri-suit, when we compare this against either a sleeveless tri-suit or even cycling clothing, is going to be about 10 watts saved. Some of the research from some of the manufacturers, and it's no surprise really that some of them are going to say this, they're looking at up to a 15 watt saving with their skin suit compared to another skin suit. So what we can learn from this is, although the numbers might not be exact, there's definitely a benefit to you in having the right skin suit for you that fits. But anybody moving to a sleeved, well-fitting tight skin suit is going to be saving about 10 watts against riding with a normal tri-suit without sleeves on, or even a not very well-fitting tri-suit. Bare skin is slower than the fabrics that are out there these days, so changing to a sleeved tri-suit is an instant 10 watt saving. Second tip here is wearing an aero helmet as opposed to wearing a regular road helmet. Again, with information coming out of the wind tunnel, the manufacturers are giving us numbers between 10 and 15 watts of drag saved wearing an aero helmet. Now, let's go at the conservative end of that. Let's say it's 10 watts saved. That's absolutely free speed for you just for the price of buying an aero helmet. Now, some aero helmets are going to fit you better than others. I would highly recommend you try a range of aero helmets on as you have your bike fit done. A really good bike fitter, I'll give a shout out here to my friend Matt Botterill. He's got a whole range of aero helmets that you can try on during your bike fit, and you can see with the naked eye, and Matt can certainly see with his well-trained eye, which of these aero helmets is going to fit your position best, which is going to close the gap between where the aero helmet goes down towards your back and meet your back. That's the key to reducing your aerodynamic drag using the helmet. So again, aero helmet here is an instant minimum 10 watt saving, and a well-fitting one might even save you more drag than that. Third tip is to wear calf sleeves and or shave your legs. So calf sleeves, the information coming back here from the wind tunnels is they're worth about 4 to 6 watts. So let's say a 5 watt saving by wearing calf sleeves over your legs. They are in the region of £50. So it's a massive benefit to you from simply having spent that amount of money. But the thing that really surprised me was the effect of shaving legs. It was Specialized who did the tests, and they were testing their own equipment at the time. One of the athletes who they were using went and shaved his legs in between runs and came back again, and they discovered it was a 15 watt saving. The two engineers who were doing this were very experienced wind tunnel users. They got 5 separate subjects to do this and validated the numbers 5 times in a row. So a 15 watt saving just from shaving your legs. Now, I know there are some people who will be shaving legs simply as a matter of course. It's quite fashionable in triathlon to do it, but a lot of people don't shave the legs. I would suggest to you that a 15 watt saving, and remember that's going to equate to a 5 to 7.5 minute off your Ironman bike time if you're a 5-hour bike leg. That is a massive saving for the sake of shaving your legs. So really, really consider it. We're talking, what, £2 or £3 for a leg razor? Well worth it. If you don't want to shave your legs, then the calf sleeves are going to do about half the job aerodynamically for about a £50 cost. So well worth looking into. Fourth tip I've got for you here is aero shoe covers. Now there's a benefit and a trade-off here. Aero shoe covers are always worn by time trialists, but of course there's a time penalty to put them on. Data is showing that they again save between 4 to 6 watts. So that 5 watt saving, you're going to be looking at about a 2.5-3 minute saving over the Ironman bike leg. If you can get them on faster than that, it's a no-brainer to have them on. But if it's going to cost you more time than that, putting them on and off in transition, then I'd advise you to steer clear of them for your Ironman races. But it's something to be aware of. That 5 watt saving is significant. And the fifth tip that I've got for you here is to avoid wearing a loose jacket or flapping kit. And often this is on a rainy day. A loose flapping jacket is going to cost you upwards of 20 watts. And I saw some data that suggested upwards of 30 watts in terms of aerodynamic drag. So again, if we go back to the idea that each 10 watts is going to be about 5 minutes on the road, that jacket could be 10 or 15 minutes additional onto your bike time. So if you've got a cold, rainy day, I'm not saying don't wear a rain jacket, because you are going to have to stay warm for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours out on the road. But the choice of jacket you have could massively impact your aerodynamics and how long you're out on the road for. So that's really worth thinking about. If the jacket is going to add even 10 minutes onto your bike time, that's a significant amount of time. So consider your options carefully for cold and rainy race days. My tip for you here is to look at the Castelli Gabba Ross jacket or jersey or gilet that you can put on. They're very tight fitting. They're quite waterproof. They keep you nice and warm. It's a really good option to have. Now, there is going to be a slight aerodynamic penalty over the top end skin suit, but nowhere near as much as a loose flappy rain jacket. And for those of you who are at the slower end of the course and are fighting the cutoff, investing £100+ in a jacket for race day, which you're going to wear a lot of the time riding in the rain anyway, that could save you serious time over a really loose rain jacket. So again, to wrap up this video then, it's worth thinking that 10 watts worth of drag is in the region of 5 minutes saved or added on, whichever way you want to look at it, to your Ironman bike time for a 5-hour bike leg. So if you can find 30 watts worth of savings here, that's about 15 minutes off your bike time. So it's well worth doing. I hope this video has helped you. In the comments below, I'd love to hear about your experiences about the different kit has had on your speed. If you've got any tips, that'd be awesome. If you're a first timer, let us know what your worries are, but try and learn from the comments of the other athletes who are down there in our comments. And remember, please like and subscribe to our video. Hope this has helped. Have a great day.